This morning, the death toll in the deadly southern floods has climbed to 19. In South Carolina, 14 dams have failed, and there are new concerns that raging waters could flow downstream in flood coastal areas. Flood warnings are now posted around Charleston. David Begnaud is in the state's capital of Columbia with the new dangers. David, good morning.
Gail, good morning. Another morning and another spot where the road is washed out. Can you imagine being here when the floodwater washed through as the road gave way and the vehicles fell inside? No one died in this spot, but within the last 24 hours, 2 more bodies were pulled from the floodwater in Richland County. They were railroad workers who went around a barricade and plunged off of a roadway that had been washed out by the water. This morning, the governor says the state is monitoring 6 dams for possible failure, and she told residents last night, "We are holding our breaths and saying a prayer."
The U.S. Coast Guard searched remote areas of South Carolina on Wednesday, looking for anyone left stranded from the historic flooding. They found an 88-year-old woman and rescued her. She was running low on medical supplies. Her family was worried water levels could rise high enough to put her in danger. The floodwater is spreading downstream toward the coast. Cities have been told to be on alert. People have been warned they may need to evacuate.
This is the rain of 1,000 years. We're not expected to be ready for something like that. This is called the Low Country for a reason.
In the capital of Columbia, National Guard helicopters dropped more than 700 bags to fortify a canal. It is vital to the city's water supply. Repairs were slow Wednesday when a portion of the canal collapsed for the second time this week.
The bags are 3,000 pounds. Some of them are filled with rock, some are filled with sand, and they're being used to build a barrier because the Columbia Canal has breached.
Crews have stabilized the Beaver Dam, which was in jeopardy of failing. A breach there would have threatened nearly 1,000 people. 14 dams have failed across South Carolina. The state spent $260,000 on inspections and maintenance in 2014. North Carolina spent more than $2 million and has had 0 dam failures from the recent rainfall.
One of your local newspapers is calling the dam safety program flawed. Would you take exception with that?
And we have thousands of dams in this state. 13 of those thousands have failed. So I think the analysis of this can be done after.
We expect to get another update from the governor about noon today. Charlie, South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham says recovery rebuilding efforts could top $1 billion at this point.
Thanks, David.